Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Empowerment in Illness. And today we're diving into a truly important topic: empowerment in illness. We're focusing on what it really means to live day to day with a chronic illness, the challenges, the victories, and yes, how to manage those pesky side effects. Whether you're newly diagnosed or a seasoned pro at handling your condition, this episode is all about finding strength and strategy in your daily life. Living with a chronic illness isn't just a single story, it's many stories, with each day possibly looking different from the last. It's about managing not just physical symptoms, but the mental and emotional toll. Every morning can feel like a fresh negotiation with your body. What can I do today? What should I avoid? It's a constant learning curve, understanding the triggers and recognizing the signs your body gives you. Take rheumatoid arthritis, for example. Some days you may wake up with mild joint pain or stiffness, which you can manage with over-the-counter anti-inflammatories or maybe some gentle stretching. But other days the pain might be so severe that it's hard to get out of bed. This unpredictability requires not just physical adaptation, but mental and emotional resilience as well. Or consider someone living with multiple sclerosis. They may face muscle weakness, fatigue, or sudden onset of blurred vision. These symptoms can vary greatly from one day to the next. On a good day, a person with MS may feel energetic or go about their daily activities. On a tougher day, they might use assistive devices to move around and have to cancel plans so they can rest. And it's not just about symptoms themselves, but also how they interact with everyday life. Let's say you have type 1 diabetes. Daily life revolves around managing blood sugar levels to prevent both highs and lows. You're constantly making adjustments based on your activity levels, what you eat, or even how much stress you're under. It is a continual balancing act that involves frequent blood sugar checks, careful meal planning, and regular insulin adjustments. For many, a big part of this learning comes from dealing with side effects, those additional unwelcome effects of medication that can range from mild to really disrupting your day. Not just about managing the illness, but managing these side effects too. This means tracking what you feel, when you feel it, and discussing these patterns with your doctor. Adjustments don't happen overnight, but being proactive can help you regain control over your health and your life. Someone with a chronic condition like bipolar disorder might be on a regimen of mood stabilizers and antipsychotics. These medications can be life-saving, but they often come with side effects like weight gain, exhaustion, or even cognitive fog. Here, the challenge is to manage not only the mental health condition, but also these additional complexities which affects daily functioning and quality of life. You've heard me speak on lupus and my personal struggles. There are days I'm on top of the world. My pain level is a normal rate, which is about 3. I have energy, my mind is clear, I can function like anybody else, like someone who don't have a chronic illness. Other days, I can't even get out of bed. My pain level is like an 8. I have canker sores in my mouth and my nose. My fatigue is like level 13. I can't remember a single thing due to brain fog. Now this is when I truly get depressed. Some of the side effects I deal with: weight gain, hair thinning or hair loss, increased risk of cancer, increased risk of blindness, cataracts, chronic fatigue, osteoporosis, kidney damage, mood swings, and yes, sleeplessness. I have to talk to myself to inspire myself to keep moving, like keep it going. And that's where empowerment begins. understanding that while the symptoms and side effects may be part of my life and your life, they don't define us. By getting to know your body's responses, tracking your symptoms, and having an open discussion with your doctor, you can find ways to manage and mitigate these effects as much as possible. Managing a chronic illness day to day is all about creating a balance that works for your life. It's not just about handling the big flare-ups, but it's also about the little adjustments that you have to make a big difference. Let's talk about some of those specifics and daily management techniques. First off, let's discuss the importance of medication management. For someone with a condition like hypertension, keeping blood pressure within a healthy range is crucial to prevent complications. This might involve taking daily medication at the same time each day to maintain consistent blood level. Using a pill organizer can help, as setting alarms on your phone to remind you when to take your dosage. I've set alarms on my watch as a reminder for me to take my meds. If you take supplements, know when to take them, meaning should they be taken at night or in the morning. Also, research if the supplements you are taking should be taken together. For example, calcium should not be taken at the same time as magnesium. Routine is key, but so is monitoring. Take asthma for example. Daily monitoring of your breathing with a peak flow meter can help you understand what normal looks like for you, which in turn can help you recognize when you're starting to deviate from your baseline. This early detection can be crucial in preventing a full-blown asthma attack by adjusting your medication or lifestyle factors accordingly. For years, I felt like a lab rat. I went through so many cocktails trying to find the right formula. Even today, we have to tweak it every now and then. When I know a flare is coming, I adjust my prednisone. Sores in my mouth and nose, as well as a constant headache, are a sure sign. Once the symptoms subside, I'll go back to my regular dose. You have to know your triggers and catch them before they increase. I call lupus my personal volcano. It's an active volcano. Some days there's smoke, and so I don't have to do a whole lot. But some days it's more smoke, and I have to make sure that I stay on top of it before the lava is spewing out, and it'll affect all the city, my whole body. Now, dietary management is another cornerstone of daily living with chronic illness. If you're living with celiac disease, avoiding gluten is not just a dietary preference, it's a necessity. This means reading labels carefully, learning about hidden sources of gluten in processed foods and cross-contamination risk. It also involves planning meals ahead of time to avoid accidental exposure, especially when eating out. Nutrition is not a one-size-fits-all. Keeping a food diary can be a game changer here, helping you pinpoint what helps and what hurts. It's all about taking charge where you can. Maybe it's adjusting your medication in consultation with your doctor when side effects become too disruptive, or tweaking your diet and exercise routine to better suit your body's need that day. It's about making informed choices and adjustments to maintain the best quality of life. Exercise is equally vital, but needs to be tailored to your condition and current state of health. For someone with chronic fatigue syndrome, intense exercise can trigger a crash, or it may be more beneficial if you find a low-impact activity that maintains mobility without overtaxing the system. This may look like short walks, gentle stretching, or light yoga. Pace throughout the day to align with energy levels. Before I get out of bed every morning, I start to stretch. I have to sit on the side of the bed for a minute, and I try to gently stand because I want to see if I'm able to, because some days my knees will buckle. Those are the days that I'll sit back down and I'll either rub on them or try to do a little bit more stretching. Morning showers also help to get the blood flowing. If you have joint pain, doctors recommend exercising. Walking helps me a lot. I used to walk every day for at least 30 minutes. I stopped walking or working out lately because I haven't been feeling well. I need to get back to my regimen. I just got knocked down and got the wind knocked out of me a bit, but I'll get back on track. Let's not forget the mental and emotional components. Daily journaling or mindfulness practices can be incredibly beneficial, especially for conditions with an emotional or psychological component like depression or anxiety. These practices help not just in recognizing patterns in moods and symptoms, but also establishing a routine that includes time for relaxation and mental health. Chronic illness can feel isolating, but maintaining social connections is crucial. This doesn't always mean going out. It can be as simple as a video call to a friend, joining online support groups, or participating in a community activity that caters to your energy level. Stress is a huge factor when dealing with a chronic illness. Life doesn't just stop because you have a chronic illness. Life doesn't care that you feel sick and tired. Bills have to be paid. You have to work, for those of us that are still able to do so. Daily stresses contribute to your medical stresses. The trick is to quiet your mind and not worry. That sounds good in theory. Now put it in practice. This is my Achilles. I need to learn how to control my mind and not be affected by my circumstances. Being a control freak, that is challenging. I'm working on learning to control what I can and not worry about things that I have no control over. Everyone thinks I'm strong and I have everything under control. There are days I am screaming because it is just too much for me to handle. Having this podcast does not mean that I'm an expert with answers. It means I am a patient just like you. I'm trying to find better ways to deal with the same issues as you. This is why we need each other. This is why I ask questions on the chat groups, and I need to find out what is making you thrive. What are you doing that can help me? I'm a person, with a chronic illness, and I need a community just like you. And let's not underestimate the power of hobbies and interests. Engaging in activities you love is not just a distraction. It's about reconnecting with those parts of yourself that the illness doesn't define. Whether it's painting, music, reading, or crafting, these are all pockets of joy in your day. This podcast is a great tool to get my thoughts and feelings out. I've often said I was going to see a therapist. Well, I'm using this podcast as therapy, just so y'all know. Sleep hygiene is another critical area. Poor sleep can intensify just about any chronic condition. Creating a bedtime routine that promotes relaxation and good sleep hygiene can help immensely. This could mean going to bed and waking up at the same time each day. Ensuring your bedroom is calm, inviting space, and probably using tools like white noise machine or blackout curtains to improve sleep quality. My watch sends me a daily message stating it is time to wind down. It tells me to start shutting down computers and watching TV. I have trouble sleeping, even with a routine. This is a vicious cycle with pain and poor sleeping habits. Some days I have so much pain that when I find a spot that I can just lie in and be okay with, I will sleep in that spot for the remaining of the night and try not to move. I also use audio sounds to help me sleep. I listen to the rain. That's my favorite, and it does help. Finally, let's talk about self-monitoring and feedback loops. Whether it's using a blood glucose monitor for diabetes management or symptom diary for migraines, keeping track of your health data can help you and your doctor make informed decisions about your care. It's about recognizing trends and understanding how different aspects of your lifestyle affect your health. So how do we stay empowered in managing our health each day? It starts with routines. Structured routines can help immensely. This might mean setting reminders to take your medication, scheduling regular meal times, and ensuring you get adequate rest. But it's also about flexibility, adapting your routine as needed based on how you feel. Adopting these techniques doesn't just help manage your illness, it empowers you to take control of your life in meaningful ways. Empowerment also comes from education, understanding your illness, the latest research, and treatment options. Knowledge is power, folks. It equips you to make informed decisions about your health and to advocate for yourself in medical settings. And speaking of advocacy, remember, you're the expert of your own body. Don't be shy about asking for what you need, whether it's accommodations at work or adjustments in treatment plans. It's about taking an active role in your health journey. Before we leave, I want to remind everyone of our segment I call Healing Heartbeats. It is where we allow ourselves 3 minutes each day to laugh, cry, scream, cuss, or sit in silence. This time is allotted for you to wallow in sorrow, feel the pain and depression. Whether you're dealing with mental or physical pain, your body doesn't know the difference. After the 3 minutes, compartmentalize it and go back to living. This behavior is a rinse and repeat behavior to help us deal with depression. We must continue to walk in positivity when dealing with the chronic illness. Every day doesn't have to be a struggle. Some days will be, and we are here for you to lean on. You are never alone. As we wrap up today's episode, I want you to remember that though the road may be tough, each small step you take is a victory. Managing a chronic illness is not just about surviving, it's about thriving. Finding those moments of joy and triumphant, no matter how small. Thank you for joining me today. Remember, you have the strength, the support, and the heart to continue your journey. Be safe.